Hi everyone. Now the group 4 will do the presentation about the dog pool to you. Okay, let's go to the summary part. We analyze the problem according to the current situation of the dog pool, draw the rich picture, and make the current BMC. Then, with the support of data, a model is established for analysis, and the three feasible strategies are proposed for you to choose. On this basis, we also put forward some innovative ideas. Then, for rich picture, we draw this rich picture from the three parts: organization, industrial, and the whole environment. It focuses on how the dog pool can verify and match the dog owners and their borrowers from the Facebook, and the current state of its competitor, and some external support are also discussed. The role of the whole environment, such as the sharing economy, dog-friendly policy, are also considered. Also, we list some issues. We think the most important issue may be how to ensure owners and borrowers communicate through the dog pool platform rather than they talk with each other privately. And we also care about the data security, identity verification process, stable revenue, and so on.
We have prepared you a business canvas model showcasing your current business. It is a strategic management and entrepreneurial tool which helps visualize what is important and forces users to address key areas. Our business model canvas breaks your business model down into easily understood segments like key partners, key activities, key resources, value propositions, customer relationships, channels, customer segments, cost structure, and revenue streams. Out of which we found value proposition as the most interesting and challenging segment, as there are so many reasons that why this business exists, and it was difficult to just choose one. This business serves a lot of purposes other than just profitability. There is a mutual benefit of owning and sharing a dog. It also solves the purpose of animal welfare. It spreads joy and help to the ones who require it and mainly increases dog engagement. So, this justifies that a lot of value is generated. There are various other segments which can also be looked at in our presentation.
To start to build our business model, we use the input process output table to list the key factors that will affect the final decision about the number of servers. All of the number in brackets represent the values we set in our basic model. Based on the table, dependency diagram can help us to elaborate the interrelationship among all factors. The red box represents the main issue we're going to solve, and we use three different colors to classify the types of elements into input, process, and output. You can see the overall profit is influenced by total user base, cost of servers, and the cost of unmet demand.
And then, based on the dependency graph, we can now simulate the relationship between the total number of servers and the total profit and cost by using Excel. We can derive different profits and costs by varying the number of servers added each month, the cell highlighted in yellow. Here, we assume a 64% growth rate in customer demand, adding one server per month, and then find the number of servers corresponding to the maximum of profit by comparing the relationship between profit and the number of servers. To better match the real growth rate of customer demand, we simulated the growth rate with random probability for each month, from which we drew a profit server count line chart with an initial stable trend and a fluctuating back trend. However, our later analysis will be focused on a constant demand growth rate of 64%.
According to the business analysis, here are three strategic options we conclude from the model. The first strategy is a low-risk option, which may be good if we are seeking for a stable development in the short run. We take current user base in Facebook into consideration. When renting 13 servers, 5,000 user demand can be satisfied within 8 months. The low risk can be attributed to the low capital investment needed. Since we can't predict what is going to be in the next few years, so the small amount of cost and investment can avoid huge loss when any volatility happens in the market. However, the insufficient service will lead to unmet demand and limited user growth. It will cause negative word of mouth that do harm to long-term development. The second point is that they'll still have the space for you to gain a higher profit. So the second strategy we want to propose is to run 65 servers to achieve the profit maximization. This strategy can further decrease the unmet demand, but increase the cost at the same time. What's more, 65 servers will generate a large free capacity at the first few months, which is kind of waste, and also it is more risky than option 1. The last option focuses on building a large user base. With the increase in the number of servers, Dogpool can meet more demand. When the number of servers reaches 98, the total user won't change anymore based on the current assumption of fixed user growth rates. So 98 is the maximum number we suggest to rent. The large user base may help to improve the brand awareness and contribute to future collaboration. However, the huge capital investment not only decreases the profit, but also increases uncertainty.
To illustrate the pros and cons of the low-risk and customer-oriented strategy mentioned before, a sensitivity analysis has been carried out, as you can see in the left-hand side. In the case of customer-oriented strategy, for example, if the growth rate of customer demand for the year is not 64% but 20%, Dogpool will have a negative profit when the number of servers is greater than 16. This shows that the company implementing this strategy has a high probability of losing money when it encounters poor customer growth rates. However, if the growth rate for the year is greater than 65%, for example, 200%, the company will have a significant potential for increased profits. On the other hand, if the company chooses a less risky strategy of growing by one server per year, it can be profitable if it chooses to use 15 servers, even with a low growth rate of, say, 20% in customer demand. However, if the growth rate for the year is higher at 64%, as shown in the graph at the bottom right, then the company will incur a large unmet cost. Overall, whether profits are positive or not is not the only criteria for judging Dogpool's business strategies, and the above perspectives are the strengths and the weaknesses of each of the company's strategies. The final trade-off is up to Natalia.
Now that we have looked at the various strategies that can be adopted to solve the problem of growth and profit, let's address how the business model will change post the adoption of one of these strategies. Some of the key changes that will occur in the business model with the new channel of mobile app would be the automation of verification process. More so, some costs of building an app would be incurred by the business, and some miscellaneous and rental costs will be experienced by you. Looking at the revenue streams, or we see that we generate more revenue from the monthly subscription and some revenue from sponsorship events with the pet food companies. Now, coming to some innovation ideas that we have suggested for your business to maximize its growth and increase user base is listed next. One of our favorite ideas is the Date a Dog app, is where the dog owner can put the profile of its dog, sharing its hobbies, likes and dislikes. Similarly, a dog lover can put their profile on the app expressing why they want to meet a dog and what are their available time slots. The automated system of the app would match the two users and fulfill mutual needs of both the parties to overall increase the benefit of the company as well as the users. To conclude, the three key strategies proposed in our analysis is minimizing risk, increasing profits, and increasing the user base. I hope one of the key strategies works out well for your business. Thank you, and please feel free to approach us for any questions.